Well, Urfi, जानना चाहेंगे आज के अटायर के बारे में as well as today there is something NFT related. What it is all
Oh yeah,
about?
I'm launching my NFT on 19th, so उसी का event है, so I'm here for that.
So what is this event is all about? Will you like to share
Uh,
something?
NFT, like non-fungible token. So I'm launching my own collection of NFTs, and we are just having a pre-launch event, and that's it. And launch is on 19th.
Well, हाल ही में देखा हमने कि उर्फी के ऊपर बहुत से कमेंट्स आ रहे हैं. कुछ कहना चाहोगी? Recently हिंदुस्तानी भाव ने भी बहुत कुछ.
No comments on that.
Will you like to
actually.
say something on that?
No comments on that. Thank you.
As well as what you would like to say about today's attire, although you have a different collections every now and then.
I just want to say कि मैं सुधरने को भी तैयार नहीं हूँ. So that's it. मुझे अभी कोई नहीं सुधार सकता है. वो तो मुझे पता ही है. ये इनको कैमरे के सामने लेके आओ, इनका आंसर दिखाना है मुझे, है ना? थैंक यू सो मच.
वेल, जब आप सुधारने की बात कर रही है तो अगर आपको आपका अटायर इतना पसंद है तो फिर सुधरना क्यों है? कुछ कहना चाहोगी इस बारे में?
ये तो आपको पता होना चाहिए. घर जाके होमवर्क करके आना, समझ जाओगी मैंने क्यों क्या बोला है.
As well as any of your project which you would like to share.
Splitsvilla is coming. You guys can watch me on Splitsvilla. Now I can talk about it. So
Yeah. स्प्लिट्सविला में शादी हम देख रहे हैं कि एक जगह मास है, एक जगह विनस है, जो दो एक अलग अलग विलास बनाए गए हैं. क्या कुछ आपके कनेक्शंस बने हैं अब तक, अगर आप बताना चाहो?
यार देख लो यार, मैं मुझे शर्म आ रही है कुछ बोलने. पर it was fun. You guys will not expect कि मतलब उर्फी could do something like that.
शादी हर साल हम स्प्लिट्सविला में देखते थे कि ओरेकल हमेशा से हर किसी का गेम चेंज करता था. इस साल क्या कुछ गेम चेंजेस होंगे और इस बार ओरेकल में क्या कुछ डिफरेंट देखने
इस बार उर्फी ने ऑरेकल का ही गेम चेंज कर दिया.
उर्वी जी बिग बॉस कितना फॉलो कर रहे
बिल्कुल भी नहीं. आई एम फॉलोइंग स्प्लिट्सविला नाउ.
वेल, स्प्लिट्सविला के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत अगर आप हिंट दोगे, अगर कैसा परफॉर्मेंस देखने मिलेगा क्या कुछ, तो फिर ऑडियंस
this
और
is-
भी ज़्यादा अट्रैक्ट होगी.
This is one of the craziest Splitsvilla. That's, I mean, it's crazy. इस बार इतना कुछ अलग है ना that you guys cannot imagine. I mean, and come on, I'm there. So can you imagine मैंने क्या क्या किया है वहाँ पे? My outfits, like टास्क चल रहा है and I'm only concerned about my outfits. बीच पे मैं हील पहन के ऐसे तो जा रही हूँ and I'm like I'll only perform if my outfit matches the task.
वेल, फर्स्ट एपिसोड में तो हमने देखा था एंड उसमें देखा कि सनी एंड सभी ने टास्क दिया था जहाँ पे रोजेस देने हैं. सो ऐसा ही
I was not there in the first episode. I'll be entering next week.
व्हाट विल बी द धमाकेदार एपिसोड?
यार अभी बता दूंगी तो धमाका की वो फुसकी बन जाएगी यार. देखो,
उर्वी सनी जी ने भी आपकी कुछ तारीफ की थी.
she's so cute, she's so sweet यार. मतलब she was so nice to me on the show. I cannot even tell you. And she's just, I was like, when I met her, I was like, she'll show me attitude कि ये होगी उर्फी अपनी जगह. But she was just like, Urfi, I'm your fan, I love you. And I'm like, did Sunny say that? She's so cute. She's very sweet. Sweetheart. Thank you.
वेल, लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, ये सवाल सभी जानना चाहते हैं अब तक के
मेरा बच्चा कब हो रहा है? मेरी शादी कब हो रही है?
उर्फी के इतने फैंस है, हर कोई लाइक उर्फी की लुक से ही बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रेस है. लेकिन जब सोशल मीडिया पे इतना कुछ धमाके हो जाए और उर्फी बोले कि नो कमेंट्स, तो ये तो नहीं बनता है. तो प्लीज़ उर्फी, अगर आप कुछ कहना चाहो.
किसके बारे में?
रिसेंटली जो हिंदुस्तानी भाव कह रहे हैं कि
यार,
अगर आप सही हो तो फिर कुछ तो
नहीं, if I start speaking on everyone who has a problem with what I put on my body, फिर तो कुछ I'm sure आपके रिश्तेदार हैं जो आपको बोलते होंगे कि आप काम मत करो, जीन्स मत पहनो. आप सबको रिप्लाई देती हो? नहीं देती हो ना. आप अपना काम करती हो क्योंकि आपको पता है आप क्या कर रहे हो. आपके भी कुछ घर वाले होंगे जो आपको बोलती हो कि माइक लेके चली जाती हो, क्यों ऐसे करती हो, जीन्स क्यों पहनती हो, वाई यू बीइंग अ गर्ल. जस्ट एक लड़की होना ही अपने आप में प्रॉब्लम है, एंड स्पेशली व्हेन यू योरसेल्फ. एंड द डेफिनेशन ऑफ डिसेंसी डिफर्स फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन. किसी को जीन्स टॉप नहीं पसंद है, किसी को स्कर्ट टॉप नहीं पसंद है. हम हर किसी को प्लीज करने नहीं जा सकते
But
हैं.
what about the viewers? Viewers, they are thinking good about you, but the people are saying, and if Urfi doesn't say that, what that means?
मुझे
उर्फी हर बार जो कमेंट आते थे वो कुछ अलग होते थे, बट इस बार जो हिंदुस्तानी भाव की तरफ से आया है वो बहुत ही अलग है. सो आपके जो
क्या
फैंस
है?
हैं उनके भी फैंस हैं जो आपके, वो चाहते हैं कि आप
बट
इस
क्या
पे कुछ
कमेंट
comment
आए?
करो.
क्या कमेंट आया?
वो आपको खुद पता है उन्होंने क्या बोला, बिकॉज आपने उसको
नहीं पता
interview
मुझे.
दिया है.
नहीं, आई डोंट नो. पर आई थिंक जो बोला था मैंने उसका जवाब दे दिया था एंड दैट्स इट. आई डोंट वांट टू ड्रैग इट. आई थिंक व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज नॉट अ क्राइम, बट इफ यू आर थ्रेटनिंग समवन कि वो, दैट्स अ क्राइम. दैट्स इट.
बैंड्रा में अभी
पता है कितना मैं वही सोचूं कि कभी थोड़ा डिफरेंस है. तो मैं यही देखती हूँ कि हर बार आते हैं, आज इसकी शक्ल डिफरेंट लग रही है, आज इसकी शक्ल अलग लग रही है.
वो जरा मोटा है ना इसलिए.
लेकिन दोनों लेट ही आते
मैं एक बार यही सोचती थी कि मतलब कैसे इतनी जल्दी ये गेन और वेट लॉस कर लेते हैं. आज मिस्ट्री क्लियर हो गई.
लेकिन दोनों लेट ही आते हैं.
हाँ, लेकिन दोनों लेट आते हैं, ये बात सच है. लेकिन दोनों में एक चीज़ कॉमन है, लेट आने. थैंक यू.
कुछ तो कॉमन है.
थैंक यू मैम.
Absorb. I also observed Srisha a lot while she was recording in the studio, and I remember when me and Anvita went into the studio for the first time, we had tears in our eyes when we heard her sing the first time. And it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. जहाँ तक bonding की बात करें, सबके साथ पट जाती है मेरी. It was very special to work with everybody, Babil, Swastika ma'am, Amit sir, Swanand sir, Varun sir. It was, we were just like a family working together. बहुत ही अच्छा experience रहा सबके साथ.
Hi.
Yeah, ma'am.
Over here?
Yeah.
Right up. Yeah, over here. Anvita, can you take us back to your early discussions?
सॉरी यार, 3 लोगों के हाथ में माइक है. सॉरी, मैं कहीं और दिख रहा था. सॉरी, आई अपोलोजाइज. हाँ जी, प्लीज.
Anvita, can you take us back to the time when you and Amit started working on the music of this film, and something that pays tribute to that golden era of both Hindi cinema music and Indian classical music must also match up, to the quality of that sound. So what were the early discussions like, and what was the direction you took for this album?
So actually, I spoke to Trivedi many years ago in 2013 when I wrote the first draft of Kala. And I told him कि मेरे पास एक कहानी है त्रिवेदी, उसमें गाने हैं, तो if I ever become a director तो करेगा? And he said, हाँ अनविता जी कर दूँगा. तो that's how it started. So many years later, I came back to him and I said, Trivedi, याद है तूने कहा था? You said you'll do it. So he said, yes, I'll do it. Then he actually just said yes. And basically that only. I took him through the film, to the script. What Trivedi does is, which is very beautiful, is that he's not creating an album. He tells stories through his music. And so music is such an inherent part of Kala. What he did was he created music for the world of Kala. So it's not like हम लोग period करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. कला की दुनिया ही वो है. कला का सोचने का ढंग, उसका दिल, उसका दिमाग कैसा है. He was just following that. So it's got a familiar instrumentation of that time, but they are new, unique, beautiful songs because they only belong to Kala and her world. So I think that is what the process is.
Amit, can you expand?
Like मेरे लिए हमेशा से यही है कि I always get inspired by filmmakers. मेरा inspiration आता ही वहीं से. And when the first day, as Tripti mentioned, we were in Goa, all together jamming. So first day pe, she gave a narration, and she took me into the world of Kala, which was so beautiful, so unique. And I want to tell this that Anvita, that like it's a second film, it's a 2 film down, and she has a voice of her own. Because you can say it sounds and looks like no one else's films. It sounds and looks like Anvita's film. It's Anvita. She's got a very special voice. So when she narrated the film, the whole story, the whole world, it plays in your head, and you kind of start thinking about it. And I actually slept over it, and I was thinking about it. Thinking about her character, his character, the whole world. And since music is the backdrop, and music, because she's a singer, he's a singer, the story is about the singers. So first day I was petrified. I was nervous because I didn't know how to handle this subject and this era, because as you correctly mentioned that you need to do justice to this because you are touching some classic and 40s era. You better be good. So first day I was genuinely very, very nervous and very, very nervous. So I didn't do much. We actually heard the story, then we partied. As usual, we had fun. We went out, did our thing, slept over. मुझे नींद नहीं आया उस रात को because it was just playing on my head. And next morning, of course, you have to do a self-talk and push yourself, encourage yourself. Come on, Amit, you can do it. You can do this. And then one by one, slowly and gradually, I entered into this world, this beautiful world. And then in 2-3 days, it was all done. Like we didn't even know.
4 days में पूरी album हो गई थी. 4 दिन.
It was all done. So yeah.
This is Vandana from Film India. Congratulations for the trailer, is very nice. I wanted to know, ma'am, you have created an era which is in 40s and 50s. So how difficult was it for you? Any challenging? And what inspired you to write this story? And how did you come out with this? What inspired you?
So actually, I really, really wanted to tell a story about a mother and a daughter. And mentioning mothers, I'm really missing Swastika, who's actually playing Urmila, Kala's mother. She unfortunately couldn't be here. She's amazing in the film. So ये माँ बेटी की कहानी थी, and it was with me for a long time, and I wanted to put it down. So the fact that it is period, जब वो कहानी आई, जब वो मैं बैठी हुई थी, कॉफ़ी पी रही थी और कहानी मेरे कमरे में धीरे से चल के आई, वो उस साल को belong करती थी. I didn't force it there. I didn't plan it like that, but it belonged to that. So that's where it came from. How I created it, I think I'm very clever. I rode on the shoulders of giants. I have this incredible DOP called Siddharth Devan. Okay, वो पता नहीं कहाँ से उसका वो दिमाग और वो talent है. उसको मेरी सारी बातें समझ आ जाती है, which I think is by itself a talent. So he just creates, he paints with light, So there's him, there's Meenal Agarwal, my production designer, who takes, हमारी बातें होती हैं about, Devan and I will talk about Dutch Golden Age and Art Nouveau, and it's like Meenal just spins magic out of just conversations. तो वो दुनिया जो आप कह रहे हो, world building, और उसमें खड़ी होती है Kala with her performance, and then she's draped in magic again by Veera Kapoor, who again takes all of this information and it's really, I'm just standing over there thinking, my God, I'm so lucky, because मैंने तो सिर्फ सोचा था, किया तो इन्होंने. So it's all these people come together, we make the film, then an editor steps in and he cuts it just right so that it sings. So for me, I didn't do it alone. There were some 150 people from the music department, my producer, the OTT, the set dressing boy, the light men, so many people. They made this picture. मैंने सिर्फ सोचा.
I want to ask Anvita, you have written quite a few Hindi movies, dialogues, and lyricist, as a lyricist, and there've been quite a few like Bollywood mainstream commercial films. But then you seem to be drawn at these dark fairy tales. And you told me last time, you know, Bulbul ke time, ki there are a lot of childhood memories that you go back to. So what about this film? And also I like to ask Babil, like how is he charting his journey? Like Anvita and then Babil.
So those I wrote for other people. So वो वैसे सोचते हैं. But as a commission writer, I do my best, try to do my best to serve their vision. These are the stories that speak to me. So however fantastical the world might be, मैं fantasy बहुत पढ़ती हूँ, science fiction or fantasy. That's my genre of choice. But जब stories आती हैं मेरे दिमाग में ऐसी आती हैं. I like to tell these kind of stories because they're actually stories about universal truths and feelings and emotions जो सब identify कर सकते हैं, but they come wrapped with claws and teeth, and it's nice.
Hi, here.
Hello, ma'am. आपका नाम? Sorry. Yeah, your name.
Seema ji.
Seema, hi. Hi, Seema. Nice to meet you. I am charting my journey, you asked. I am not, really, because we have this illusion, you know, that we think we are in control of our journey. We are not. And so I will improvise with what life throws at me, but I want to explore everything, you know. I want to do all kinds of films, play all kinds of characters, and just explore. That's all. That's all.
Hello. Hi. This is Runa from Web Dunia and Filmi Khichdi. Shrisha, it's really nice meeting you. Here. Finally, we could meet you. Runa. Hi. जब ये गाने की मैं बात सुन भी रही थी, मैंने आपको लिखा भी था कि it's beautiful song. Hi, स्वानंद दादा. तो श्रीशा आपसे मैंने लिखा भी था कि बहुत सुंदर गाया है आपने. ये वाला जो एरा था 40s का, उस समय बहुत नेजल वॉइसेस हुआ करती थी, चाहे वो अमीरीबाई कर्नाटकी हो, चाहे वो देविका रानी हो. ऐसे में आपकी इतनी मीठी आवाज़ कैसे मैनेज कर लिया आपने?
जी, first of all, I would like to thank each and everyone who's sitting here because उनके वजह से ही ऐसे हुआ. मतलब कहाँ से मुझे चूज़ किया मुझे भी अभी तक समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. But I feel extremely grateful that I got to be the voice of Kala. So for any aspiring singer, this is like a dream come true. तो जैसे आपने बोला, there's a small difference because मैं भी घर पे बहुत पुराने गाने ज़्यादा सुनती हूँ. तो मैं लता जी के गाने और तेलुगु में भी, तो इस वजह से maybe I could get a small idea of how the song might sound. But of course it is not me. Definitely it is Amit sir who guided me and everybody, lyricists. It's just because of them.
Everybody, it's her debut in the Hindi film industry. This is the first time she sung for Hindi
Actually, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग इंसिडेंट है, मैं बताता हूँ. जब फिल्म का म्यूज़िक बन रहा था, एक दिन ऑफिस से रात को मैं घर पे आया और टीवी पे इंडियन आइडल चल रहा था. एंड मैंने देखा भी नहीं. यूजुअली मैं आता हूँ, सीधा बैठ जाता हूँ खाना खाने. तो मैं बैठा और ये गा रही थी और मेरी मॉम और डैड यहाँ पर है. तो मैंने उनको बोला कि इनकी आवाज़ बहुत ही अच्छी है और इनके साथ हम कभी कुछ ना कुछ करना चाहते हैं. अगले दिन अन्विता ने बोला ये पिक्चर में गाना गा रही है. सो यू नो, इनकी आवाज़ ही इतनी अच्छी और क्या बोले, मधुर एक लिरिकल है कि यू नो इट वाज अ नेचुरल फिट फॉर.
I have question for Ruchika.
सर मैं एक मिनट अपने सर, आप जहाँ रहते हो मैं अपने भी शोज चलाऊंगा सर आपके टीवी पे. सर मैं अपने भी शोज चलाऊंगा सर आपके टीवी पे सर. ऐसे दैट्स प्रोबेबली द ओनली वे आई एम गोना बी. सर प्लीज.
One more high question, one more for Ruchika. Ruchika ji, very pretty face. I always like the way you always conduct yourself. अभी हाल में मैंने देखा तृप्ति बहुत अलग अलग म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर्स एंड म्यूजिशियंस लाइक पवनदीप, लाइक विशाल,
like शंकर जी, इन सब के साथ pictures है वो, if you can explain वो सब क्या है तो?
I shouldn't actually spoil it for you. You know, Kala, just to take a leaf out of what everyone has said, is such an experience, just like most of Anvita's work. I think when someone asked me, you know, how I felt after watching the film, I'm like, very often you can say, this is the plot of a film, this is what it's trying to tell you. But I think with Anvita and Tripti and Karnesh, it's a visceral feeling. It's a feeling, it's not a film. And I think as Netflix, we are just so proud that we're able to give space to that feeling so that, you know, connoisseurs of music and art and films in its true sense can really enjoy it. So I will do no spoilers for you because Anvita's work has to be felt. So, which is why we're just either singing for you or we're telling you come and feel it. So I can't sing, which is why we have these diggaj on the stage today. But yes, please come and enjoy the feeling on the 1st of December only on Netflix.
Hello. Ruchika,
Hello.
one question here.
I'm
मेरा सवाल बाबिल से है।
Rishikesh, thank you, but I'm like overwhelmed because I'm sitting with people. I'm in awe of watching everything that they're saying, and I'm like having to take questions, so it's a bit much. But
No, but it's a technical question. I mean, I was reading somewhere a Hollywood studio boss was saying that they have priorities. They do so many projects with major stars every year, and then they set aside certain projects for first-timers or newcomers. Now, Anvita did her first film with you, but she was already accomplished by the time she did her first directorial thing, her directorial debut. Babil is coming fresh off the block. How much of a priority is investing in new talent, directorially or you know, as actors for Netflix?
Okay, firstly, wonderful question. Thank you so much. You know, entertainment at its core really thrives on new stories. And it's immaterial whether it's an established voice or whether it's a relatively new voice that's telling it, because stories are talent agnostic. I think today the world is at such a wonderful place that we're telling far more stories than we've ever told in the history of entertainment. We've got so many wonderful platforms. There's anyway a theatrical window. So if you ask me, good stories find their talent. And just to put a little bit of perspective and maybe, you know, show off also a little bit, in 2021, Netflix launched about 20 talent and 22 new directors who debuted on Netflix India. So that in itself is a feat. Do we continue to tell stories with established names? Of course. Because the beauty about stories is that they have to either surprise you or delight you. So when you come in for a certain name, you know what they stand for. Like before Bulbul happened, you're like, what's Anvita all about? What's her voice all about? Today we're sitting here, film later, and saying, we love her voice and we see how she delights us further. So the first time Bulbul was a surprise, and this time Kala will be a delight. So yes, I think it's immaterial, and we'll continue to telling wonderful stories. And we're so glad that we're welcoming Babil into the world of movies and into the world of Netflix, because like we've said, that characters really find their actors, and it is immaterial whether it's your first or your 100th. And hopefully may all of them, your first and your 100th, be with Netflix.
हेलो हेलो हाय मेरा सवाल बाबिल से है हाय बाबिल हाय उर्मिला
हेलो उर्मिला नाइस टू मीट यू
बाबिल आप इस फिल्म से अपने पिता की एक महान विरासत को आगे ले जा रहे हैं इसको प्रेशर है आप पे या क्या कहें
आपको क्या लगता है
नहीं आप बताइए
हाँ है प्रेशर बहुत प्रेशर बट मैं आपको सच बताऊं ये 2 साल पहले जब हम शूट कर रहे 2 years हो गया 2 years ago जब हम शूट कर रहे थे तब ये प्रेशर हावी पड़ता था डरा देता था मुझे अब डराता नहीं है मोर जस्ट मोटिवेट्स मी टू गेट आउट ऑफ बेड एंड जस्ट वर्क आई थिंक या प्रेशर का जो डेफिनेशन है वो चेंज हो गया है मेरे अंदर
अपने पिता की किन खूबियों को लेके आप अपने इस कैरियर को शुरू करना चाह रहे हैं अपने फादर की जो क्या खूबियाँ जो आप
क्या खूबियाँ हैं
हाँ जो मैं आपके लिए जो आप अपने साथ रखना चाहेंगे अपने कैरियर में
मेरे फादर की जो खूबियाँ थी आई थिंक वो लेके चले गए अब मैं अपनी खूबियाँ एक्सप्लोर करूँगा
Okay, who's next? Yeah, could we be passing the microphone to the gentleman here in the blue shirt?
Hello. Yeah, my question is to Amrita ji. Over here, can you see me, Amrita ji? Yeah. So I saw the trailer. You have given the backdrop of retro look. So everything I think you have taken very cautiously the backdrop, the records and everything and all. In fact, I could see the retro look on the stage also. So many people have turned up with the retro look over here, maybe the part of the event. And just wanted to know like how you could get Swanand and Bhattacharya, everybody on the at one this thing, and how could you get them to do this?